Hey guys, hello and welcome to a new video. This will be a partial live solve of the latest and last for 2025 Road to Las Vegas case about holidays in New Zealand, so-called Kiwi holiday. And yeah, I will do the case, but I haven't done level 7 yet, so this will be partially live. Um, okay, attribute score. So two-dimensional lookup was the way to go here. And I've not used um used that many named references tables and stuff. Too much data that is worth it. Favorite attribute. Which family has listed the following as their... So basically it was a filter of the family name. If this equals this, multiplied with, we can also copy this here. If the then equals this, and also this track down. Yeah, should be fine. Of course, wrong direction, and then we also need an if empty argument, no family, or we could use also an if error. Might be both the right way, or is the right way. This was kind of an harder one. It took me a few seconds to figure it out, and this is the hump you might need to take to be good in this case. But it's not that hard if you figure out how to do it. So for this family, the current attribute structure, and then I have the attribute values for the destination ordered always the same. And what I did was an X match of all those attributes in that order, in the order of the numbers given, matched within the family attribute. Or was it the other way? X match, not X lookup. And also not this. No, something is wrong. Anyways, what have I done here? So X match of this. The other way around, sorry. Too much cases currently. This matching in here. And if error, if there is no match, then 5. And then I've used choose 100% for the first value, 0.9 for the next one, 0.8 for the third one, 0.7 for the next one, and 0.4 for the fifth. And if I then multiply this, I get to the result. And now let's put everything together. Okay, and then round and sum. Of course, not an optional argument yet. Okay, drag it down, and we're done. So how long does it take to travel from this destination to the next destination, including ferry rides? So two-dimensional lookup in the distance table, and it does not matter which way. And now we need to figure out which city is where. I did it that I copied the island next to it and could then do an XLOOKUP for those destinations in the destination stuff, returning the island. Both on the same island, but here you see it's not both on the same island. And yeah, first the travel time needs to be divided by 80 to get into hours. Plus, if this is unequal to this, then add 3.5, otherwise 0. And round this to the next hour. You see here, now track this down and track this down. So total attribute score affected how long the family needs to drive. Okay. Do not round intermediate calculations. That's a basic term. So we want to have the attribute stuff. This is wrong. Also, no rounding of intermediate calculations. So get rid of this. And then I also need to have the driving time. They're all landing in Wellington. So I might only need this lookup here. And then another XLOOKUP for hard-coded Wellington. I need this unrounded multiplied with 1 minus this and Wellington and this times 2%. And later I need to wrong. Yes, bracket missing. And this then closest integer. So I might not. I've not included customs. Plus 2. Okay, yeah. Now here we go. And missed the island, so here we go. Level 6. Given the port of entry, where should the family go? I will data table this. So the family and point of entry. We have all possible destinations. If the unrestricted score we can create here, XLOOKUP, this in families and this in destinations. Destination, of course, this one. I don't think we should round. Yes. Score normal, and then we need to have the distance calculation based on all our land as the port of entry. Okay, I could have also used this one, but anyways. Okay. Distance case is given here and the port of entry. And then I also need to get this in the row above and also island lookup in here, returning in here and here, returning from here. And also XLOOKUP here and here, returning this one. So, okay, so here we have the total distance calculation rounded, but we will get rid of the rounding, excluding the customs time. This is then the total time in hours. And as I correctly remember, it's the this score minus, how was it? 2% times 1 minus the hours times 2% equals this times 1 minus this times 1 minus the hours times 2%. New Plymouth is the largest. Okay, max lookup in here, joining the city, and round max. Great, all done. Families now have the option of flying between the ports of entry before. Okay, this one is, of course, very hard. Before driving onwards to the destination. Only go to customs once. Oh, if that gets them from their destination quicker. Okay. This is the live solve, by the way. Okay, it should be Napier 30. Okay. Hmm. Okay, we do here 8 point of entry stuff. Okay, let's get rid of this. And then we have 3 points of entries. 2 row. Now we want to have the distance to go to that point of entry divided by 800. And not distance between. Look up. Whose will use. I don't know if this will spill, so those values here. I need to fix the row and here the column. 170. Okay, and then so this is the flight time to AOE. Yeah. This is the unchanged score. And this is the flight time. I then need to... But what is when I'm not flying? That's a question. Okay, I make it one flight, one not flight, and then... Okay. Mm, Okay, this is xlookup in here. Now I want to know on which island are they. And also for the point of entry. And then repeat array often 14 or 15 times. Vertical. And then I need to figure out how long is the time including driving and without driving. Oh, but is this... that's silly. I need to have the flight time from Christchurch to Auckland. No. Of course. Yes, makes sense. I could have done this more efficiently. And then the time from this point to this point. Is flying always faster than driving and going from the port of entry? I don't know that. That's the point. Let's calculate it. Look up two-dimensional fast for driving times. Given this and given this. Here, fix the row, fix the column. And this is then driving time. And the direct driving time from Christchurch. Yeah. So this is then now my calculation for going. This is initial flying time. This is then driving time. So flying time plus driving time. But this divided by 80. Now we have hours. And then customs I need to add, and if driving involves a ferry. If this is unequal to this, then 210 or 3.5 as we are in hours, otherwise 0. Now we have with ferries, and we need to have the minimum and plus 2 hours for the customs. And then I need the minimum of this by row. And then I also need to calculate, okay, what is if we are not driving? Not at all. Not flying, sorry. So this is then basically look up. I should have wrote some lambdas before. For point of entry and the separate those things here, 80 and ferry time +2 for the initial customs and border protection. Although 2 hours is a long time. I hope I will never need to wait that long. And here then 3.5, otherwise 0. Okay. Plus this time here. Now we need to see the minimum of this and this. Sometimes it's the same, sometimes it's different. And then based on this minimum, we calculate the adjusted score. It's longer than expected. Bad. It should be 30. Oh boy. Have I done? What have I done? Only driving? Christchurch to Wellington and then drive to Napier. This is min inkle light. This is drive min. And this is the minimum of. Nah, I'm an idiot. Used the wrong one. Yeah, now it's Napier. Look up for the maximum here and also use here this maximum. But look up here and return this. Okay, let's hope it's right. Fingers crossed. Yes, everything right. So it was a good assumption, since also they can choose a good assumption to include both scenarios, flying and going by car. Attribute score. Okay. Most of value in area. Single result. Max value is 3, 5. How long does it take to Dunedin? Gisborne, Nelson. So driving time. I have not checked if they're going through ferry, but seems to be, at least from the card. I've not checked in the real life attempt, to be honest. Look up. Äh, ob alle? Äh, dann in gespawnt. Oh, I should wrote correctly. And this is then this plus this divided by 80, 25 hours. Plus 3.5 hours on the ferry. $29. That's wrong. 22. Valentin. Nelson and then Gisborne. I did it correctly in the live attempt, I think. And then I'm at 22. Which family would enjoy traveling to Oakland most under level 3 rules? So Auckland, and then use all families. Since it's single cell, it's quite easy to adapt. 31, and 31 is the key family. We could also do here an XLOOKUP and MaxLOOKUP instead, but starting in Whangarei and continuously driving to the nearest destination. What distance will you cover by the time you arrive in Queenstown? Okay, so what I did was an XLOOKUP for Whangarei, or start in Whangarei. VHN Garei. And then an XLOOKUP for this to get the whole output here. Then I've used a small lookup, which is basically small and an XLOOKUP combined, handing out here then the city, but I of course need the second nearest city because we have zeros here for the nearest. So from Whangarei to Auckland, and then I've tracked this. And at a certain point, we're returning to a city. And from there, I've manually adjusted to get to the next nearest city. You then need to go back to 2. But from there on, Wellington, no, we have not been in Wellington before. Here we might be Nelson, no, not in Nelson. It's not the most efficient process, but it has led to the way. Is this then right? Nelson is 3, 2, 3, 4. Christchurch, 2. Dunedin, not be there. Queenstown. And we have here 13 unique cities. And then use the distance calculation like here above. And we have here the sum of distance. And now the last question, bonus EF, bonus E. Oh, that's good. So they've actually switched it to letters as proposed. I proposed this, but I think also other proposed this because I saw it in the South Africa round. Because it then cannot mix up that fast, that many points. But here, especially since we have the new game thing, it's not that hard as with the question portal before, because there you have like the codes and their lines, and now we have it more structured. So, but cool change. Consider all possible destinations for all families from all possible ports of entries. Highest total attribute score. So somehow on level 7 adjustment. Which family? Okay, so no rounding. Mm, so I might do here in level 7 data table stuff. So all ports of entries, all families. Mix to erase all possibilities. We have here 60, sequence 60. And here it's max of this then. Okay. And now we switch to equals xlookup. This here, returning this here. But first, look up for a number in here. It will lead to an error. Yes, 1. Data table. Column input cell is given here. And the max lookup is family Umaga. Yes. Okay. Solved within 30 minutes, but it was okay. I think in live some people reached to 1250. But okay, for me, I also finished like top 40 or something, so not that bad. Actually higher than Andrew and I one position, but I think it was 3 a.m. at his place, so not that of a statement. Thank you anyways. I hope to be more active on the channel in the future, but yeah, hopefully. See you next time. Bye.